Welcome everybody to our first ever She Built That Talk. We're Taking Hills Foundation, and welcome to our very first She Built That Talk. So, what we're aiming to achieve with these specific talks is that we're aiming to showcase what women out there are doing in their businesses, in their corporates, and what women are generally doing there in the community. So, the purpose of just She Built That is to sort of, give kudos to the women who are out there doing their best in their careers, in their businesses, and also just, to have a sense of exactly what it takes to be successful in the different areas that they're in. So today's topic is going to be about how women are using technology to run their businesses. And today we've got women from very, very different walks of life. Their industries are also very, very different. And I will definitely be learning so much from them because I'm more of in a technology space directly as a data scientist. But these ladies are in other different areas of business. So it will be definitely worthwhile for us to actually leverage off of each other and get to understand exactly what each lady is doing in their businesses and how they're using technology. So I'm going to introduce all the different ladies. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Right. Hello. So what I'll do is I'll just ask you guys to introduce yourselves because I know Lungile has a very, very, very tough surname for me. So I don't want to mess that up.
No, that's fine. So my name is Lungelo Ngcongo. I'm an educator by profession and a digital sales officer for Trendzonline, which is an online store selling vouchers for merchants that don't traditionally offer sales approach for high ticket services and goods like weaves, vehicle components, and accommodation packages when traveling. For example, if the price of accommodation is 1,500 Rand, you only need 500 Rand upfront to stay to your booked duration. You then pay off the balance as follows: 500 Rand on the 1st of October, and your last payment will be on the 1st of November 2021. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Lungile. Let's move on to our next speaker. Hi, Vero.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nonhlanhla Mogakane, and my company is Novero Consultants, and we are in the environmental specialist sector, and we do quite a lot of air quality work. We literally drive and change across different industries and different sectors, mainly the mining, construction, and manufacturing sectors. And I think we have a lot of work spanning across the both public and private sectors. And I think that's me.
Thank you so much, Vero. And last but not least, Gugu.
Hi everyone, my name is Gugu. I am the Creative Execution Officer of Committed Workout South Africa. So Committed Workout South Africa is a fitness hub. It's a virtual new innovation lifestyle center. So a lot about wealth and wellness, health and wellness. We're passionate about fitness, healthy habits, and teaching people to build consistent healthy habits, so that they can get a fruitful lifestyle. The aim is for us to motivate, to inspire, and to teach people about attainable ways to get to your goal without making fitness seem like this big milestone. So that's just a little bit about the business.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies, for introducing yourself. I think that because we are coming from so many different areas, the types of questions we're going to be engaging in today are going to come with different types of experiences and different types of learning. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. So let's get to it. I'm already interested in what you ladies are doing. So I'm going to start by posing the question to you, Gugu. What technology do you actually make use of to run your business?
So my business is an online business. So literally everything I use technology for everything, right? So my website is where I house a lot of the information and where people can book for the classes. I use social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to kind of share with content, look for partnerships. I use Pick Time, which is like a scheduling, where that's kind of my back end, where I create the schedule where my clients can, book a session for this particular time. I use Canva for editing, so to edit my content that is on social media. I mean, all round, everything that I do has to do with technology. I use Asana to kind of manage my time. I use Trello to project manage the things that are coming in. So technology is the heart of my business, so to speak.
Nice one. And then I'm going to take this over to Vera as well. How do you make use of technology in your business?
I think from our side, we use a lot of data analytics, but also we do have Instagram and LinkedIn, which we use to mainly attract the clients, get information out there, and sort of engage with the public. And then on the data analytics side of things, I think environmental work encompasses of a lot of data collection. So we collect a lot of data, be it air quality data, noise data, water data, so forth. So you need something to actually analyze that data. So usually what we do is we collect the data using a software, right? We use surveys, we use softwares like ArcGIS, and we use that to collect the data on the field. And then when we get back, it's like you do the data analytics, whereby you have different spatial analyst tools that you can use. For example, you would use location data as well as concentration values to sort of determine what your impact is for the client. We use a lot of IDW. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it's sort of like a tool that takes the data that you collect on site and sort of interpolates for you so that you're able to see what you have on the ground, because there's a lot of visualization in trying to figure out what the impact is. And so the collecting of the data and the visualization of the data, which comes in the form of analyzing the data, is what we use most in my field.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. My second love is data analytics. So when I hear how data analytics, you're using it in, with location and in environmental work is actually quite interesting. I working in a bank, you never think that sometimes that the insights that you bring, you can also take them to something like environmental specialist type of work. So that's really interesting. Thank you so much, Vera. And then to you, Lungile, how do you use technology in your business?
Well, so with us, it's very easy. We use e-commerce for a storefront and social media for marketing and customer engagement.
Oh, okay. And I know this is probably now deviating for some of the questions, but one of the things that I've seen, especially with regards to the COVID times, consumer behaviors have really changed. People are now looking a lot to businesses that have e-commerce fronts, and I think that the fact that you've got something where your businesses are not only on social media, but you're able to have like a website presence. That is something that I've seen that it has become so valuable. Something as simple as having a website has become sort of, something that is of a gold type of mind, because people now want to see your presence online. You need to have whether it's a social media presence or an online presence. It's quite important, especially when you start running your business. So that's very interesting to see that you're leveraging off of how e-commerce has really boomed and taken over the industries, especially given with COVID. So we can definitely move on to our next question, and I think that for each of you, it's going to be different, For me, if I had to explain how is technology helping me in my business, and I consider myself a business as well, and as a data scientist, I can't function without technology. And the whole reason why I think a career like data science is becoming one of the most sought out type of careers right now across the world is because everything that we do, we just need a good internet connection and we need a good laptop, and we can pretty much do anything. And so for me, how I view technology is that without the internet, without the actual laptop, I don't exist. My career does not exist. But it's different for other people's careers to say that if you remove the technology aspect, you've just removed a portion of their business. They can continue to function without it. And I think that from an environment point of view, how is technology helping you in your business? Is it something that your business can stop without it? Can it continue without it? So just give us a light into that.
I think with me, there's a lot of technology aspects that we use, and they actually make doing the work more efficient. It makes running the business on this model quite easy to do and quite effortless, if I may say. Because if you actually look at the pandemic, even now, right? We have a lot of virtual meetings that we're doing, and I think that helps a lot, especially in my field, because it's either you are in the field or you're in a meeting. And if you are able to do your meetings virtually, for example, you save on a lot of travel time, and then you use that time to do the reports that need to go into the work as well. So I think that is helping quite a lot. And in terms of, for example, data collection, usually you would have to collect the data using a pen and paper, but now we use surveys, for example. And funny enough, the surveys are so amazing because you are able to get real-time, you're able to download the data real time. It's able to give you sort of insights on what you're collecting already at that point. You're able to do it offline. So you don't even need an internet connection to do some of the field work. For times when you're like in remote places, for example, you can use those functions. So I think for me, there's a lot of data use technology that we use, and we also do mapping. I mean, it's difficult for us to actually do any work without mapping. You need to visualize where you're working as an environmental person. It's about location, it's about impact. So if you can't map, for example, there's no way you can actually do the work, because you need to map that something. You need to map a layer of information on top of a geographic location for you to actually do what you have to do. So I think for us, it would be quite difficult to work without the technology. I can't imagine how that would work, but yeah, that's just how we do the work.
Thank you, Vero. And then on your side, Lungile, how is technology helping your business? Would you be able to function without the technology, and how exactly is how is technology vital to your business?
Right. So for us, technology has helped us to reduce our operational and running cost. So we don't pay for rent. We only pay our server hosting fee. 2, we are available 24/7 countrywide and accept a range of payment methods. 3, adapting of a smart concept of dropshipping. We don't keep stock. Rather, we only sell stock from our suppliers when customers demand it. Also, we also give credit to risk-free to us to drive high sales. So that's how we do it.
All right. Thank you so much. And I think every time you speak, I want to add more, because I feel like also with how your business model is that you also can't sort of function without the technology. And for me, especially when I have to think of how the newer models in terms of e-commerce is so different to something like before, where people had to, when you had to think of a business, you had to think of the location of the business, you had to think of the warehouse where you'll be keeping extra stock, you have to think of the logistics of your business. And when something like a pandemic of COVID's type coming in, and sort of now you have to get rid of all your warehouse employees, because there's no longer a need for that, because we need to move our stock into a more digital way of doing things. So then there's just so much that gets lost in the entire ecosystem. But with the use of technology now, you only use, or you only make use of what you need. For example, if you're speaking of a server, you only use the space of the server that you need. You only use whatever it is that you require from the server. It doesn't work like in a warehouse, that if you've got 500 meters squared of space, whether you use it or you don't use that amount of space, that's still the amount of space you're accountable to pay for. So I do definitely see that with the change in just how things were, there's definitely a lot that has moved to more of server space instead of actual warehouse space. So that's definitely an interesting portion on it. Gugu, I'm going to hand it over to you. That how is technology helping you in your business?
Thanks, Nintendo. So a little story time. My business, or sector of the business, which is the virtual fitness hub, started during lockdown. Prior to that, I was doing like physical personal training classes, be it boot camps, group workouts. And then when COVID hit, it was kind of like, what am I supposed to be doing with all this time? And then I would run these WhatsApp, like I'd wake up in the morning and say to people, guys, log in, who wants to join the fitness? And a few of my friends were like, dude, why don't you just make this a business, right? Just make it another leg. And so that's how this virtual fitness hub started. So it's all within technology. Without technology, I wouldn't have a business, because my classes take place on Zoom. So I need Zoom to be able to do my classes. My website, like I said, is where people book the sessions. That's where you learn more about the business. That's where you get all my information. The pick time, which is the scheduling that I use, or the timing schedule that I use, that's also a form of technology. And just also looking at the analytics that I see from my social media and everything. So without technology, Committed Workouts SA wouldn't be the business and wouldn't still be around today.
Absolutely. And I think from my side, just, to find out a bit more with Committed Workouts, how I hate working out, but I have to. But anyway, how, I feel that if there's nobody who's dragging me or pulling me out of the house to actually go and exercise or something like that, I always find it such a huge challenge. So how are you dealing with something like that, to say that, everything is now virtual? Is there a bit more work that you need to do in terms of, getting the people who have signed up to be more committed and committed workout, but getting more people to be more committed and, involved in the work you're doing? Is there loss in experience, or is there now another leg to the experience, as you said?
Love what you did there with Committed. So, I mean, it's a different experience, right? So what I'm learning is, one, I've been lucky to have amazing clients. Like, my clients are so committed, but at the same time, I don't call myself a fitness coach or a personal trainer. I call myself an accountability partner. So every month we draw up 5 goals for the month. What do you want to achieve? And we try to keep to those goals. And every week, we're not even reviewing. Every week is different, right? But I've always opened an open communication, because above from having the website and everything else, we have a WhatsApp group. That's kind of the daily comms. Like, every single day, I'm up saying, good morning, guys. Whoever booked for today, I'll see you in the session. In the afternoon, I do the same thing. I share information, I share pieces. So I've almost built a relationships with clients where it's beyond fitness. It's more about a lifestyle. It's more about learning to show up for yourself, and constantly, right? Because we have highs and lows, and we know how low winter becomes. But because I've created a platform where we talk, that allows everyone to be motivated. And I sometimes get pushed by my clients, right? So it's not always me giving. I also receive and learn from them.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I like the way you've built an experience around, being an accountability partner. Because, like I'm saying, with me, if you're not calling me or reminding me, that's why I've got like 20 alarms to remind me to wake up one time to go for a jog. But nonetheless, if you have something of this type of experience, to actually, it's more than just I'm paying for this service, but I'm getting another leg that is a bit of a supportive side to it. It's not just, it's either you come or you don't come because you're paying me anyway, but it's more of, it's supportive. And I think that, especially as what you said, especially with how your business came about during lockdown, a lot of people lost a lot of touch, and they missed even the little bits of things. We had people who were playing, 30 seconds online and all those types of games. And I mean, if that was possible exercise as possible. And I personally think that there's honestly nothing that's not possible with technology. It's just how we need to approach it and how we need to use it. So that's very great. So I'll move on to the next question, and this is sort of a question with regards to any challenges that you've had to face with using technology. Has technology taken away something? Has technology hindered something? So just any technologies with the changes, because I know with regards to me, I'll speak on my side of how I use technology. And with me, I don't necessarily have challenges in adopting to technology, but it's just my challenge comes when technology changes a bit too fast sometimes, and you'll find yourself learning a particular skill, and within the next 5 months something comes along that's better, and now you need to adapt to that. And for me in my career, I find myself sometimes, I'll be telling my team, listen, we need to hop onto this particular tool. It does this better. It cuts out on time and blah, 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 blah. And then 5 months down the line, they've introduced something that's better. And I've already got a team that has signed up to some trainings and some learnings of the previous task. So it's not an adoption issue, but more of just it changes. Technology changes so much. It's a bit hard for us as humans to keep up. And we talk about a VUCA environment, and it's an environment that is so unstable. There's a lot of ambiguity. There's a lot of it's volatile. There's one thing today, there's another thing tomorrow, and there's just too much information for us to keep up with. I think I read a fact somewhere. I might be paraphrasing it or might be saying it wrong, but I read somewhere that what the types of information that we consume on a daily basis is so much compared to people 50 years ago that they consumed in their lifetime. And if you think about it, actually, it makes sense, because you think of your mobile phone, you go into LinkedIn, you get information, you go into Instagram, you get information, you go into Twitter, you get information, you go into WhatsApp, you get information, you go to work, you get information. So there are so many platforms already that information is constantly being shared across, and you as a human being to actually filter through all that information to decide, what do I store? What is good for me to store, to have in my head that will be conducive for me? Or what do I actually discard as, garbage in, garbage out type of thing? So for me, it's not an adoption issue, but more of just keeping up with the constant change. And I think that our challenges will definitely be different, So Vera, on your side, what are the challenges you face with, adopting to technology changes or using technology?
I think from my side, there isn't much on the challenges side, but more on the value add. See, because literally technology makes things easier for us. Of course, we can do work without the technology and all of that, but I think it has made things very easy for us. And challenges, I don't think there was challenges before in terms of when you go to remote areas would then have struggles with, for example, network and all of that. But I think they've tried to sort that out in introducing systems that can actually work on offline. So you have things like that sort of take away all the challenges you might have with working with this new technology that we employ in most of the work that we do. And yeah, I think in challenges it's not much, unless if sometimes you also have internet connection issues. I think those are some of the challenges you face when you have to be in a meeting and then now you're struggling with internet, or there's no electricity and the internet is all down as well. So I think that would be the only part where you face challenges in terms of technology, whereby you've scheduled this meeting for this time and now the electricity is gone, and what do you do next? So I think that's the only challenges that I can think of. Other than that, I think it's amazing. It's an amazing thing to work with.
Yeah. I think when you mentioned, connectivity issues, like I said, for me, I could work anywhere in the world. I just need a good connection and a laptop. But now I don't have a good connection. Then I can't basically do anything. So yeah, the connection part, I think, is the biggest barrier, especially if you think of South Africa. Data costs are really high. I know they've tried to, take them down a little bit, but I still think that it's still expensive for something that really is becoming such a need, not just for people working, but for students as well. And I also think just with the shift in the move to online learning, if something like data cost is what stands between you and having an instructor, that should be deemed as something that should be kept at its lowest, and so that everybody has access to it. Because if you think of, the kids that are in the townships, you'll find that everybody has a smartphone because everybody is on WhatsApp, is on Facebook. But when now it's time to actually have a lesson through, virtually, people don't have the right connectivity. And I think that with how, COVID has really came and forced us, to change things that were meant to be implemented a long time ago. I think that it's really, really, really a huge barrier to digital accessing. And for me, like I'm saying, if my connectivity that day decides to smoke something, I know that I can't do anything, because literally, whether you need to be on your VPN or you need to call servers that are sitting somewhere in the Netherlands, if I don't have any connection, I can't do anything. I'm as good as my hands are being chopped off. So definitely, that is definitely a challenge that we all find ourselves facing. And then on your side, Gugu, any challenges with adopting to technology in your business?
I think I definitely agree with you, Natando, when you said that technology is ever changing, and I think it's an advantage and a disadvantage. I think the biggest challenge that I face is that technology needs manpower, right? So you need to have like a team so that you guys can get onto things, you can do research, you can find the right technology for your business. I'm currently a one-man island, so I have to do all the research. I have to do all the implementation. I have to take all the calls if maybe I want to get into, like, maybe say a new supplier or something you're interested in. So that's the biggest challenge for me, having time to manage and to do everything. Like the recent challenge that I had now was, so the back end of the website, suddenly people couldn't make bookings. This was last week. One of my clients was like, I'm unable to make a booking for the week. And I had to go to the back end and figure out why the calendar isn't connecting, try to connect those two. And I spent my whole Sunday figuring that out. So I think the challenge is the manpower and being able to figure things out efficiently and effectively for your clients.
Yeah, I can imagine how that was, having to go into the back end. You see, if you're expecting everything, the thing about technology is that you sign a deal with it. You're like, listen, we're going to work together. I want to use you. And then all of a sudden, technology disappoints. And then unfortunately, you need to sort of come in and fill in that gap where technology has disappointed you, and see how you ensure that your clients are not hindered. Because at the end of the day, that's a service that you need to supply to your clients, and you need to make sure that it doesn't hinder you from getting any business. So if it means get your hands dirty, look at the code, what's wrong, is there a bug that I need to fix or whatnot? If you need to go and Google to say, how do I do this and that, so be it, because at the end of the day, you want to ensure that your business continues to run and your clients are not hindered. So yeah, that must have been an interesting challenge for you. And then on your side, Lungile, any challenges that you face in your business with adopting to technology or making use of technology?
Adapting is growing, but I feel that it can grow at a more rapid pace, with COVID being the main driver, but data costs are still making it not to be easy and easy sailing. So yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear. I think she just went offline.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. How can we, because we're all speaking about, data issues, but there's people who make a noise about it, there's people who do something, but I feel like,
yeah, Natando's connection keeps cutting.
Yeah,
Speaking about connection. I don't know if we can let her know. Let me just see if I can text.
Are we back?
We can hear you, but your connection just keeps cutting, so we're not sure if everybody can hear each other, right?
Yeah, I'm here. So it's one of the challenges we're speaking about, connection. I think
we jinxed ourselves. We shouldn't have said anything. Now Vodacom is mad. They like take away the connection.
Exactly what is happening right now.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Natando?
Are we all back?
We're here. It seems like, yeah. Can you hear? Seems like something is wrong with her connection. Should we have a conversation? Because now it's going to be awkward for the people watching. I think we can kind of
what is happening.
Talk about the connection. Hey, Natando.
You know, like I actually once watched a video, right? I think I can see myself. Can you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, no.
Are we good? Yeah. I need an indication to see that we're good. Okay, cool. You know what's sad about this is that I remember one time I once watched a video of a guy who was being interviewed by I think it was somebody from the roads, public road works or something, and he was talking about how the road was so badly fixed that it constantly kills the people, right? And as he was talking about that, he was like, the road continues to kill our people, and it actually happened right there. So that's exactly what just happened. I spoke of bad connectivity in South Africa, and it exactly happened to me. So
anyway, that's what happens.
Yeah. But nonetheless, we're back. And sorry for those who lost me here and there. I'm not too sure where we were, but I know we're talking about bad connectivity. I'm not going to keep talking about it because it seems like my God wants to show that you see what she means, because yeah. Anyway, so thank you so much. We've gotten through the challenges and all of that, and I think that the different areas that you guys are working in, there's definitely a lot of you who are dependent on technology. Some of you are dependent on the value that technology brings, and I think that the purpose of this whole talk was you sort of see that as much as all of you are in different areas, you kind of cannot function without it, whether it's for the convenience purposes or whether it's for to help you actually have a business, and like I said, for myself, I can't function without technology. So unfortunately, even as rapidly as it changes, I need to constantly upskill myself. I need to make sure that my team is upskilled enough so that we also constantly able to give proper good solutions to business as well. And like I cannot leverage anything without technology. So in closing, for me, it would be like, what are the tips that you can give for women out there who are thinking of starting a business or growing a business in this current digital age? What key takeaways can you actually give them in order to grow their business? And I'm gonna start with you, Lungile.
Yeah, since my connection. So the tips for growing a company in the current digital era, you are as good as your last show. Bad reviews can make or break your business. So for me, those are the tips that I can give people who are wanting to venture in the business of using technology, with the use of technology.
Yeah, thank you for that. And then for you, Vero, what tips can you give women who are trying to get into, whether it's your space or any space, how can they actually leverage in this digital era?
I think technology is your friend. Technology makes your life, your business more effortless. it takes away the unnecessary challenges that we sometimes face, and it sets you up for the wins. I mean, if you look at networking these days, we do a lot of networking on social media. Your LinkedIn, you do a lot of networking on Instagram, Facebook pages. You know, you have all these pages that you can open as well. So I think there's a lot of benefits that come with technology, and I think it also helps you in terms of trying to find new clientele, reaching out. For example, in my field, environmental, I think there's a lot that people need to learn in terms of what happens in the environmental field, what does environmental mean to the people, to the community. So there's also a lot of learning and teaching that you can do and within the technology space, and it makes it easier for you to do that, because it's like you just get online, put on a hashtag, post something informative, and you have it going out. So I think it's very very good to have technology. And I just think, yeah, social media, data analytics, if you're in environmental, and yeah, networking. That's technology for me. Oh, I hope we didn't lose her again.
Hi, Nosando. Oh, and then she laughs. Or is she just getting her connection?
This is so unfortunate. Taking heels without technology. It's so bad. What a bad. I need to have a talk with my service provider. I'm not going to blast them out here, but yeah, when it rains, it pours. So thank you so much, Vero, for that. And you, Gugu, how can you advise other women who are thinking of starting their own business in this current digital era?
I think Vera took a lot of the words out of my mouth, because she literally was spot on with a lot of the things. But I think some of the tips that I could share is just, have fun in terms of doing research. So do your research in the market. What markets are you in? When you run a business or when you start a business, you're aiming to solve a problem, right? So within solving that problem, ask yourself, what role does technology play in solving this problem? That's if you think of committed workouts. The problem I'm trying to solve is building healthier lifestyles with people. So how was technology? And it came at the right time as we're talking about COVID and the current digital era. So the role that technology played was I'm able to connect with the consumers, be it me trying to create awareness, get potential consumers, at the same time get the clients that I have now and be able to communicate with them. So do a lot of research, be on the social platforms, connecting with similar-minded people, know your competitors. So technology even allows you to do that. You can know your indirect and direct competitors and consistently innovate yourself in your markets. Because I think a lot of businesses die out because they just weren't able to adapt. Like the greatest example is Yellow Pages. Guys, Yellow Pages was everything at some point. And just because they didn't adapt quick enough, now we can find everything on Google. Imagine if they had bought Google or did something like that. They would still be on top. Like nobody, like my 2000s don't know what Yellow Pages is and why there was such a thick book that had everything. So it's just about constantly adapting and allowing technology to play that role. I think we're in a market now where accept the fact that we're constantly learning and keep abreast with your market and the industries around you.
Absolutely. I fully agree. I'm one person who constantly tells people that, whatever is in your industry, find out, because one way or another, whether you're in finance or you're in physics or in chemistry or whatever, there is something that is being implemented that actually is making use of technology. So keeping abreast of what's happening in your environment is so important, because it helps build you as an individual, but also gives you that competitive advantage, because what's going to happen is that tomorrow, somebody who's going to have the skills that you don't have is going to gun for your job. And sometimes people weigh in to say, okay, this is experience and this is the skill we're looking for today. You'll find that your experience might not weigh so much. Currently got the skill that meets what the current business needs to do. So that's definitely of importance, that we keep abreast of our environments and make sure that we use technology as our friend, like you're saying. And I know sometimes technology it wasn't my friend today. But when it is my friend, we can leverage off of so much. Being able to have like the four of us here, we've got different experiences. We come with different knowledge. We've got a different knowledge base. So the fact that we are here and we are all connected as one, and we're able to have this kind of conversation, is already proving the value that we can see and gain from technology. And that's just purely what this is for. SheBuilt that is to show people that there are women out there who are doing this and who are doing that, and who are also willing to share their own knowledge and experiences and be able to help each other grow. I was looking at the stats for the unemployment rate, and they shook me. I was a bit put off, because a lot of the stats talked about how the most unemployed is the Black female, and to me, as a Black female who is employed, it really touched me, because it says that me being employed is just a small portion of my people. A lot of our people are not employed. So it's being able to start, having these conversations to help even those who are in high school areas, to say that, listen, the type of careers that you're choosing now, are they sustainable for the next 5 to 10 years? Before, people could just blurt out and say this is what they want to do. But what COVID has came and done is that it really shifted the dynamics. Digital transformation and digital adoption became huge buzzwords in management seatings, where everybody was like, okay, we need to now change how we do things. We need to change how we speak to our clients, because of just how consumer behavior, business behavior changed. People needed to change their entire business strategies that had to include a digital portion. So being able to go back and tell the young ones and say, listen, help them out in how they choose their subjects. It takes something as little as that. Enlighten someone to say, do you know that there's an actual robot that can do this? I had a talk this week, and I was explaining to what I do to the learners, and some of them were very shook, because they were like, what? There's a career like that, and explaining AI to a township kid is not the same as explaining AI to a child who's always been having technology every day. It's more than just a cell phone. They've got laptops, they've got iPads, or whatever the case might be. So it's also in us opening each other's eyes to say that there's more to this than that, and this is how the world is shifting. This is what's happening. So sort of just being able to give back and align with that. And I think with a talk like this, what we're doing is that we're opening that spectrum to say that there's more to fitness than just being at the gym. There's this portion of it. And there's so much on behavioral analytics that I'm also sensing from a lot of what you're doing as well, where you need to sort of, implement it into your business. And with yourself, Lungile, as well, the how you need to constantly respond to what consumers are doing and how they're changing. Your business is entirely online. So you need to constantly keep checking and seeing that, okay, consumers are no longer clicking on website because of A, B, and C. Now you need to change. You need to change and adapt. Oh, now they're buying more on Instagram. You need to change and adapt. So it's in those type of things. And as well with on your side, Vero, there's the convenience of how technology makes your job a whole lot better. And never thought, if we hadn't had this conversation right now, to say there's this multifaceted area of each of us's different areas that technology plays a role in. And thank you so much, ladies, for enlightening me, for enlightening everybody that was watching. And we hope that in all your respective areas, you remain successful and you continue to, inspire a lot of women, inspire some men too, there's no shame in inspiring men too. But I'm for girl power, so I'll always go inspire the girl first. But nonetheless, thank you so much. It was a very, very, very engaging conversation. We had a lot of laughs here and there. My connection. But nonetheless, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who tuned in. What we'll do is that we'll constantly have these, SheBuilt that talks. Today's topic was definitely how women are running their businesses using technology. Tomorrow it could be a different topic. So if you'd like us to engage you, maybe you've got a topic and you're an industry expert that you want us to sit down and have these conversations with, you can pick your hand up. You can DM Tech in Hills Foundation, and we don't mind collaborations, because what we're doing here is that we're trying to, build this sisterhood of us being able to come together. And of course, all the ladies have their different businesses. If you're looking for an accountability partner, Gugu's here for you. And Gugu can help you reach your goals. I told them my cheeks look a bit enjoy that all. And I was like, yeah. So you see, I need an accountability. Definitely I'll get in touch with Gugu, and as well with Vero. Vero's doing a lot of deep stuff. Vero, we need a lot of money to get you next. Yes. we need to be a corporation when we want to get you. But nonetheless, if you want to get in touch with Vero, her details are right there. You can just, get a hold of her. And then also with Lungile, go check out her business. Her website is Trendzonline. You can get hair there. You can get tires. You can pay on credit. Hey, the spectrum is wide. You can definitely do anything. So thank you so much. That's my niece crying, in case you're hearing a baby crying. Yeah. She wants to be part of Taking Heels, but she's too small. But anyway.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, no problem.
So as we're talking about unemployment, I just thought, guys, I'm looking for an intern, right? And I'm going to call it exposure internship, obviously, to start off. So I'm just looking for anyone who's driven, who really wants to learn about technology, business, and just get work exposure so that we can work together. So I'm talking to everybody who's on live. If you guys want to share it on your pages, if you know of anyone who's driven, who's committed, who wants to learn, I'm looking for somebody like that to kind of help me run the business and do some of the work.
Thank you so much, Gugu. Anybody who's out there, anybody who knows somebody who's out there, DM Gugu at Committed Workouts. She'll definitely be happy to get some responses there. Thank you so much, Gugu, for that. I mean, in this time.
Need one. I need one.
You're tired of being that island, right?
No, that one island isn't working. I think it's going to be beneficial for the one person who needs the experience in the job, and the workload and getting the work out.
All right. Thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
A 5% discount to all the ladies who will be buying wigs, vehicle tires, IK Optimal glasses, and Gold Wagon vehicle voucher for parts. So to claim your 5% discount, you will need to use a promo code, which is TIFH, capital letters, at checkout. We are available at www.trendzonline.co.za. So this is going to be valid until the 30th of November, 2021.
Okay, cool. I'll post that. I think we need to post that discount code, right? Yes. You'll send that to the team, and we'll put that out there. Thank you so much. Last words, Vero.
I'd just like to thank you for the platform. I think I've learned quite a lot, and I think it's a very good platform for women who would like to learn about technology, for us to engage with each other, for us to sort of like network also. It's I've learned quite a lot. Yeah. And who knows, I might just need Gugu soon. Summer's coming. So I think it's a very good platform. It's a very good platform, and thank you for the
Maybe we can join together.
Come on over, ladies. Come on over.
All right. So thank you so much to everybody watching. Thank you so much to you, ladies. And yeah, let's look forward to another talk. Keep glued to our social media platform. Should we have another talk on this type of platform? And everybody stay safe and have a good night.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you to everyone who joined. Bye, everybody.
Bye.